Welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to explain a movie called Happy Feet 2. Get comfortable. The movie tells the story of trapped penguins in a deep pit and how a small group of brave penguins races against time to save their species, even reaching out to humans. There is the hope of freedom when a flying penguin arrives at the rescue, but is this penguin really capable of flight, or are they doomed penguins deceived by false hope? The movie begins with dancing Emperorland penguins. Eric, the son of Mumble and Gloria, cannot dance like the other Emperorland penguins. Mumble tries to encourage Eric and asks him to dance with him. Still, Eric becomes distracted and embarrasses himself in front of the other penguins. He hides in a hole despite pleas from his parents to come out. Mumble used to be a weird penguin and tries to cheer Eric up, but his words do not affect the little penguin, who remains in the hole. Suddenly, one of Mumble's friends, Ramon, leader of the Amigos, a group of singing penguins, interrupts. He cheers Eric up and tells him he wants to leave Emperorland and return to Adeliland since he is an outcast. Eric is inspired. He and his best friends, Boadicea Bo and Atticus, then decide to follow Ramon to Adeliland, now ruled by flying penguin con artist Sven. Soon after, their parents notice they are missing and start looking for them. Mumble suspects they may have run off with Ramon and sets out to look for them. In the meantime, two Krills, Bill and Will, abandon their swarm. Will, a daring and existentialist Krill, also tries to discover what lies beyond the swarm. Bill, his closest friend, reluctantly follows to ensure he's okay. In the meantime, the children locate Ramon, who begs them to return to their parents since they would be worried. Still, they insist on going with Ramon as they consider themselves outcasts with no happy feet. The little penguins help Ramon into the water as he is hydrophobic, but inside the water, he is chased by sharks. Meanwhile, Will and Bill eventually swim away from their swarm and discover that their fate is to be food for the bigger sea creatures. Will is happy to be away from the rest of the Krill world. Mumble tracks the feet of Ramon and the children and continues his search. Meanwhile, Ramon and the children arrive at Adeliland, and he introduces them to his group. They soon encounter another of Mumble's friends, Lovelace. Lovelace introduces the Adeliland penguins to Sven, a penguin that can fly. Sven is distracted when he wants to tell the tale of his flying ability and changes his mind when Ramon stirs up a commotion. However, when Eric begs him to continue his story, he dedicates his tale to Eric, whom he considers a brave penguin. The Adeliland penguins begin to sing Eric's name, drawing the attention of Mumble, who was nearby. Through music, Lovelace then narrates how he was fired from his job as guru after surviving the loss of his home fishing grounds thanks to his miraculous flying ability. He also narrates how Sven rescued him from humans when Sven witnessed the humans cook and roast birds for food. They confess to the others that they were saved by people but fled to Antarctica because they thought they would be eaten. Sven works his first miracles, thereby revealing Moss to the locals. The Adeliland penguins, who had never seen the green earth before, marveled at the revelation and considered him a hero. As Lovelace narrates the tale, an earthquake that worries Sven erupts, but the penguins assume it is one of Sven's many gifts. Sven then utilizes his Sven Think ability to assist Ramon in finding his potential mate Carmen, who is uninterested. Ramon goes after Carmen as Mumble eventually finds the kids and tells them to return to Emperorland, with encouragement from Sven. Sven tells Eric that it is okay to be different, and the little penguin feels more positive about returning to Emperorland. On their way home, an earthquake forces them to take a different path, where they run into an elephant seal named Brian. Brian refuses them passage as he is too big to turn back. Eric and the kids then confront him, causing him to retaliate. Unfortunately, the ice breaks, and Brian falls. Mumble and his group discover he has two pups, Shane and Darren, who begin to panic. Mumble swims off to get help and lures a leopard seal into freeing Brian. The giant fish chases after Mumble as Will tries to make an impossible meal of the seal, causing Bill to assume he has become delusional. Soon after, Brian and his pups thank Mumble for his help, and he promises to help Mumble whenever he needs help. When the penguins return to Emperorland, they discover a large iceberg has trapped the Emperor penguins in a deep pit surrounded by ice walls. While Mumble, Eric, and Atticus deliver their meager supply of fish to the stranded penguins, Bo returns to Adeliland for more help. The group spends the rest of the day fishing while the trapped penguins continue to look around for a way to escape. Eric nearly tosses himself over the iceberg when he tries to deliver fish by flying like Sven. Mumble saves him and says penguins cannot fly, hinting their friends and family are doomed. Eric begins to panic until Gloria sends Mumble away to fish and sings to calm her son down. The other penguins join in to sing along as Eric's mood improves. Meanwhile, Bill threatens to create another swarm after spying on a family of jellyfish. Still, Will adheres to his new predator lifestyle. The next morning, as Mumble returns with the fish he caught, a large flock of skua attacks the trapped emperor penguins. Noah the Elder encourages them to fight the birds. When all seems lost, Bo returns with Adderley Land, led by Sven. Sven cooperates to feed the trapped emperors through hunting and bringing back fish flows from the sea. Mumble then asks Sven to help feed Gloria because of her selfless personality. Sven agrees and flies off to catch some fish for her. While still trying to be a predator, Will splits up with Bill and attacks a fish that is later scooped up and carried by Sven into Emperor Land. Suddenly, the humans who saved Sven and Lovelace come to Antarctica. Sven panics as he remembers that they're bird eaters. The penguins send Lovelace to reach out to the humans. The humans attempt to help the penguins, but a blizzard causes them to flee. In the meantime, Will has difficulty being on his own and misses Bill. The blizzard stops soon after, and Sven returns after hiding from them. Eric urges Sven to teach the penguins how to fly when everyone loses hope. Still, Sven reveals he's not a penguin but a tufted puffin when the penguins cannot fly despite their efforts. Sven apologizes for lying to them and tells them he was very lonely when he lost his homeland and was happy to have a new family. After watching the snow fall into a crevice between the iceberg chunks, Mumble begins to tap dance, leading the penguins in a dance, weakening the ice. The plan works until several chunks break loose, sending Bo, Atticus, and several penguins into the doomed crevice. Eric and Lovelace tumble towards the edge, and Mumble grabs the threads from Lovelace's vest. The threads snap and cause Lovelace and Sven to tumble, but Eric is pulled to safety. Having injured his foot, Mumble can't lead the Adderleys. Ramon realizes Carmen is trapped below and jumps down to be with her, finally winning her love. Sven proves himself a worthy dancer. Despite public outcry, he leads the remaining Adderleys in dance while Eric and Mumble head to the Elephant Seal Beach to seek Brian's help collapsing the ice. Meanwhile, a newly reformed Will reunites with Bill and their swarm. Bill reveals they are now legends after sharing their journey with the swarm. Mumble and Eric arrive at Elephant Seal Beach, where Brian is in a dominant fight. Mumble pleads for help freeing the Emperor Penguins, but Brian declines because of his beach master duties. Using his singing abilities, Eric praises Mumble for his bravery. He lectures Brian for refusing to help after Mumble rescued him. He tells him that Mumble taught him no one needs to be colossal to have a big heart or be a hero. Brian has a change of heart and agrees. The elephant seals then travel en masse to Emperor Land. Mumble, Gloria, Eric, the other Emperor Penguins, the elephant seals, Will, Bill, their krill swarm, Ramon, the amigos, Carmen, Lovelace, and the newly reformed Sven work together to destroy the iceberg by dancing. Brian remembers a lesson Mumble taught him about going backward to move forward. The trick works, and the iceberg continues to crumble. Finally, the iceberg crumbles, creating an uphill passage, the penguins are saved, and Mumble and Eric reunite with Gloria. Mumble bids Brian and the sea elephants farewell as the movie ends. That was all from the video. Thank you for watching and being part of our family. Just to let you know, we are posting videos every day for you. Please subscribe to give us more motivation, and you will not miss our daily video.